Alrighty, people. Let's talk detail. World Steppers Incorporated, Unique Maurice, on some transportation stuff right now. But let's just get right to it. I've had the pleasure to speak with quite a few people here lately. Um, Brian Forbes, Reggie Miles, just quite a few people. Had to sit down, talk with Dre when we was in Dallas, about some things. So, and I got a lot of people questioning me about the Steppers contest and things of that nature. So, briefly, let me just say I'm going to get out the detail, which is going to be my take on how to break down the dance. That's coming November. Working with a few people on that, some video people and things like that to get that down pat. So that will be coming early November. I have a release date on that soon. Basically, that will be me breaking down different dancers and dances from competition level to fun level to the difference between club dancing and competitive dancing. So we're gonna, think about that as well. What I'm going to do is, again, show you what the comparisons are, show you what to look for, show you the things that in the dance as it is in this day and age, why some things are just the way they are. So let me touch on etiquette. So it's been me and Brian was talking about this for a minute and everything. The etiquette of the dance is gone, especially as it relates to when you're going to out of town sets. First rule of thumb is when you're dancing, come on, people. Like, man, you're going to ask these women to dance. You're not mindful of the people that they're with. You don't know if it's their husband. You don't know if it's their guy. You don't know any of this. Bro, go up and at least just speak to the guy that's sitting next to her so you cover all bases. Like, let's just be honest. Like, man, you see her sitting there having a conversation, you just go over and grab her to dance. No, that's not how you do it. You need to walk over and say, hey, how you doing? Would you like to dance? Hey, how are you? Speak to the people that are around, at least so that if there is a guy, husband, etc., then you are not formulating in their mind some sorts of disrespect, right? And you seem like, hey, a stand-up guy, like, hey, man, that guy can get my lady, my wife, etc. anytime a dance. It's just a dance, and he being respectful in the same process. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, if the floor is already crowded, wait till the next song, bro. You can stand there and have a decent conversation for 2-3 minutes if you know the woman, or get to know her in relations to what's going on at the set, and just wait till the next song, then take her out there. You trying to go out there in between a crowded flow, put her in a place where she's uncomfortable, she bumping into other people, you bumping into people, that already makes for an uncomfortable dance. Stop doing that. Just be mindful. And that also applies to women, because nowadays women are asking men to dance more often because there's more women than men. So here's one of my number one pet peeves. Stop telling men that they owe you a dance. We do not owe you a dance. Stop doing that. That is so irritating to go by and be like, you owe me one. No, I don't owe you a dance. Like, stop doing that. Like, it's uncomfortable. It makes the men feel uncomfortable. Like, You don't even want to walk past the woman for afraid that every time you walk past her, the first thing come out of her mouth is you owe her a dance. Like, no, that's not how this goes. You know, it's different if, hey, you know, we was trying to link up on the dance floor, and every time you came to ask me, somebody had already asked me, and I'm saying, okay, hey, look, I'm gonna get to you. But that still don't put the earnest on me to say that I owe you a dance. Because some people are joking, but some people are very serious. You owe me a dance. Because every time they see you out, you can't even get in place good. You know it's my dance. Make sure you give me a dance. Look, when you are out as a man and you're trying to dance with everyone, everybody's not the same. I'm not the guy who's gonna be standing there dancing 5-6 records with one person. I'm not gonna do that. I don't have the luxury to do that because I'm trying to get to people who haven't danced. I'm trying to get to people that I remember may have asked for a dance, and I'm dancing already. So I'm trying to recollect these things at the same token as I'm out here, you know, dancing and trying to enjoy myself too. So, you know, please stop doing that. You know, when you see that guy and he don't have nobody, yeah, then man, just go ask him, hey, can I get this next dance? But don't tell the man, oh, you owe me a dance. Like he doing you an injustice by not coming to get you. Like, don't do that. You know, that's not cool. So, you know, let's get that on out the way. The next topic is, and I'm gonna go over this in the detail, it's gonna be footwork. And you know, there's been a lot of questions on what footwork is, what footwork ain't. How does how do I want to say that? You know, what stipulates the meaning of footwork as it relates to the dance, right? So, most times, anytime we're speaking of stepping, this is all subject to the person's own interpretation, right? So, it's an interpretation from that person's point of view. So, it is not written in stone. It is not golden. I don't care if it's coming from me. It's not gold and written in stone. This just may be my principle. No different than you have your own set of morals. It's not written in stone that this is just the way it should be. It's just your personal opinion. This is my personal opinion. Footwork for me is a relatable set or a relatable move that you do with your feet in the flow of the dance. The only time that does not have to take place would be if, for example, you're dancing with your partner and he gives you a turn to turn you on out and y'all go away from each other and you're being creative on your own. But even in that, there should be some synchronization between the two because you should have some form of chemistry on the dance floor, some form of like-minded movement. If you doing 100 things on the right and he doing 100 things on the left and none of them ever mirror one another, I know for that there's no chemistry. Or, I even do this, or you guys don't want to really, y'all ain't dancing together. It's just, I'm going to do my thing, you do your thing. You can have two great dancers and they don't have good chemistry together. This whole thing of, man, we had one good dance at the club. Now we're going to dance in a contest together. Throw that out your mind. Like, we really need to stop doing that. And I'm going to break down what that looks like in the detail. Okay? And I'm going to touch on one thing right now. And here's just an easy one. I'll show you what it looks like in the videos in the detail. But for right now, why are these men choosing these shorter women to dance with? When you look at that, let's just say from a judge's perspective or from an audience perspective, from a distance, a back away from the floor, not just competition, but in general, what it looks like is this guy is hunched all over, trying to facilitate these moves on this woman, and he got her stretched all over one place. He trying to scrunch all underneath, get under her arm. He trying to move her around. Never mind the fact that if you walking, oh, that's so very uncomfortable to have you hunched over for a period of time walking. And from a woman's perspective, if you are that much taller than her, you are actually putting your weight on her. So that's horrible. Like, when you choosing your partner, make it so that your hand can go over hers or hers can go over yours with the ease to facilitate whatever move you're trying to do. Because this don't look good. It looks horrible from the eye, and you looking out onto the dance floor, and I could be sitting on the side and I'm looking at them like, okay, you know, if you just in a club, it ain't no real big ordeal, but you trying to do 1,000 moves on this little big woman, and you 6 feet tall, and you trying to get all your moves on her, going under her arm and all. Like, stop that, man. Start knowing who you dancing with. And women, stop picking the shorter men to dance with. Like, it don't look good. You know, it just don't look good. It looks very awkward. And you out here choosing these partners to dance with because y'all had one good club experience. Hey, look, the club experience don't translate to stage. It don't. It's like singing in the shower. You sound good by yourself in the shower. Sound real good. But when you get up on that stage, the bright lights, and have to perform the same way, it don't translate all the time. So let's start looking at these things when you choosing your partner. And again, I'm touched back on the footwork. Just because you can move your feet 100 miles an hour don't mean that it's footwork, in my opinion. Again, if I can move my feet 100 miles an hour, then when it's time for the man, if you're leading and I'm following, then when it's time for the man to initiate what he's trying to do with you, and you cannot get out of your own way, or you cannot complete your steps to maneuver in the direction he wants you to, I always say scratch it. Leave that for when you by yourself. Because if you're following and he's leading and there's a flow to the dance, and every time he gets ready to initiate something with you, he got to wait on you, or you got to stop, put your foot down, and then travel or move because you on one leg, which I'll address in the detail too, or you spinning, which I'll address in the detail too. Instead of turning, you're spinning. Those things aren't conducive for you to react quickly. Spinning and turning are two separate things. You will not be able to recover as quickly from a spin as you do from a turn, because when you are turning, you are taking all of the steps. So you have the ability to take left or right foot to get you out of where you're trying to get out of, and replace to being on one foot and having to plant the other foot and then get out of that particular move or out of that particular position. See, again, another thing I'm going to address in the detail. There are 3 different types of people who can quote unquote teach. They're instructors, they're teachers, they're professors. Okay? Briefly, instructors show you what they only can show you what they know how to do and what they've been shown. Teachers can give you 1 or 2 variations, show you what's going, show you how to go from one thing to the next, show you what they have, may show you what somebody else does that they've added to their repertoire. And a professor will break it down to your language of receiving and get the same message across to all individuals in the class. There are not a lot of professors out here. Point blank, period. So, again, there's a lot to this, but I'm going to start attacking some of these issues on the detail. And again, the detail will be coming November, once I get all the dates locked in, the video people and this, that, and other. And basically, I'm just going to break down different people dancing. I've got some people who are very, very good dancers that have gave me the okay to break down their dance. I'm going to start with myself first, so you'll be able to see, quote unquote, when I'm not doing things correctly as well. Because I critique myself before anybody. Anybody know that any competition that I've competed in, I've never liked it from the moment I've got off the stage. Like, I didn't like it. I don't care how good nobody else thought it was, I never liked it. I still haven't seen maybe 3 of my competes for the world's largest. I still haven't seen like 3 of them. And don't care to see them. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. Like, I still haven't seen them. It doesn't matter to me. Another thing I want to touch on. There's so many topics I want to touch on. I need to do. But another thing I want to touch on is the world's largest steppers contest, right? Instructors, teachers, professors, across the board, stop putting so much earnest on your students as it relates to what this competition means. Because you win the world's largest steppers contest does not mean that you're the best dancer in the country, period. That means on that night, you won. You were good enough to win in front of those set of judges, period, point blank. That don't mean that qualifies you instantaneously to be an instructor, a teacher, a professor. That also does not mean that you are the top dancer in the world because you won the world's largest steppers contest. Instructors, teachers, professors, stop leading your students on to think that because you are who you are in teaching them, that they are guaranteed that they are going to win. Stop filling these people's head with that. That's an unrealistic goal to set for them. Let these people grow in the dance. At any given point on that night, it's anybody's chance to win. Because you are their instructor don't mean that they're going to automatically win. Stop giving this false hope to these, because it's very disappointing to some of these people that are getting in to win or getting in to better themselves and to accomplish a goal that maybe they had not set before, and you are giving them unrealistic goals. Like, no, stop doing that. There are a lot of things, again, that I want to just go over. Again, I'm just touching on this right now. It's just something that, we are going to discuss in the detail, as I pointed out. I'm going to show you what it looks like from a competitive standpoint, from an in the club standpoint, and from the I'm just out here to have fun standpoint. Because there's a difference. And I'm going to break it down. I'm going to show you what that looks like actually in the dance. I'm going to show you what that translates to from club to on the competitive level stage. I'm going to show you that. So, stay tuned. The details come in November. World Steppers Incorporated. We want to thank Brian Forbes. That's my man down in Texas, San Antonio. Me and him always have great dialogue, about things. I had a great conversation again with Reggie Miles. I'm looking forward to having a conversation with Josiah Burt. And quite a few other people, as it relates to the dance and what's out here, instructors, teachers, professors, however, you want to categorize it. Looking forward to that. This dance needs to be on a larger platform, but it needs to be on a larger platform in a position to compete with the other dances on another level. Like, it just needs to be on a professional level. Like right now, my personal opinion is the stepping is garbage. Right now, the stepping out here right now is garbage. That's not me pinpointing no one in particular or anything like that. I'm just saying across the board, like, it's garbage. Like, stepping is not juking on the dance floor. Like, that's what it is. All this, I understand, like, from the competitive standpoint, from like the world's largest, and where I get where it's coming from, because they place so much earnest on the showmanship, that they lose focus of, you have a partner, you're dancing with another individual, you get in a zone, and you out there doing the Cabbage Patch, the WAP, all in the 3-4 minutes that you're up there. So that translates into what people want to see. So yeah, we'll discuss all those different things. I'm gonna go and jump up off here again. I'm on some transportation stuff, so I'm doing a few things, but this was just on my mind. I'm like, let me get it on out there right now, and just talk about a few things. So, World Steppers Incorporated. Like, share, subscribe. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We're on all platforms. But like, share, and subscribe to YouTube. I got videos on here. I'm always posting something, videos on here. It's not just my videos. I post videos of other people, because, contrary to popular belief, there's only about 2 other people that I enjoy watching. So most likely you're probably gonna see their videos on my page. So we'll pick it up on the detail. I'll probably do a few more of these before the detail actually comes out. So again, like, share, subscribe. Peace and love. World Steppers Incorporated. WSI for life.